This is Mike Kavanaugh with HIVHero.org and HERONEWS.org, and I'm here with the amazingly talented, beautiful, and amazing James Whiteside. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much.
So we are so pleased to announce that you are our Ballet Hero of the Year for Broadway and Ballet HERO Awards this year, October 16th at Stage 48. What do you think about that?
I'm beyond thrilled and so honored, and I'm really looking forward to the show.
One of the reasons that we chose you to be our Ballet Hero of the Year and to get this award is all the work you do for charity, especially Broadway Cares and Dancers Responding to AIDS. Why is that so important to you?
Well, newsflash, I am a gay man, and I think it's important to learn from history and honor people who have come and learned and made change before us. And I'm a ballet dancer, so financially I can't do too much. But action I can do, and so here I am.
Yes, it was amazing. You were the star of the Fire Island Dance Festival, one of the best events of the year, I think. How was that?
It was my first time working with choreographer Al Blackstone, and it won't be the last.
What we had was good. How come you don't call me anymore?
So James, you've been a ballet dancer since 9. How did it all happen?
Well, I really was terrible at everything else. I did soccer and football and gymnastics even, and I just didn't like anything else. And I always loved dancing at weddings, and we actually had a program in school. I think I was in 1st or 2nd grade, and it was sort of a world festival. And each class learned a dance from a different country. And I was obsessed. I loved it so much. And I hadn't ever taken a dance class before, but my teachers still were like, wow, he's pretty good at that. So I put that on the shelf until I was 9, and then I went and took my first dance class, and I was hooked immediately. Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things people don't know is being a ballet dancer, especially a male ballet dancer, is like being a extreme athlete. I mean, what is required is so amazing, not just in what you do physically, but just the duration of the time that you're exerting that for us. How do you get through it all?
A lot of caffeine. I actually really enjoy cross-training. I like going to the gym. I don't know, you just get used to it after a while. It becomes your normal. But yeah, I get tired.
You've done so many different ballets. What do you think is your favorite to do?
My classical favorites are Albrecht and Giselle, and Romeo and Juliet. Some of my contemporary favorites, I love doing Rubies in George Balanchine's Jules Evening. I'd say that's my favorite neoclassical role. And then contemporary, it's hard to pick because I've done so many, new ballets. I've been really lucky to be in so many new works.
You know, I say this all the time. If you have not gone to a ballet, especially ABT, it's truly a stunning thing. If I could do anything, one last thing would be to go to the ballet there. It's the orchestra, huge orchestra, great sets, all these dancers on the stage. You have no idea how lucky we are to have this in New York. And if you come to New York, please go and see American Ballet Theater and see this beautiful man in a leading role. So James, besides being an elite ballet dancer, you do all these amazingly creative things. You write music, you do videos. Tell us about that side of you.
I've always been fascinated by music production and arrangements of pop songs and things like that. So I started tinkering, and I essentially just started writing music and getting better at it and learning and using new software, and I just started making music, and I came up with my name, JB Dubs, my music name, based on my first name, J, James, B, Bruce. My last name is Whiteside, which begins with a W, so JB Dubs, there you have it.
The most likely to end up in paper magazine as a queen. You'll see that that's a problem, not for real. Are you kidding me? So when did art get so on New York City? I mean, please.
Besides that, you're coming out with a new music video that is debuting on newnownnext.com and Logo coming up. It's a Halloween theme. Tell us about that.
So I wanted to make a song that didn't sound like anything I had done before. So I essentially just wrote like psychedelic rock lyrics and put them to a very grungy underground dance beat. And that's exactly what you're getting. And the music video, I wanted to loosely resemble addiction. So there's this demon, myself, I'm the demon, and then another gentleman comes in, Garen Scribner, formerly of American in Paris and San Francisco Ballet, and a friend of mine. He comes in and he's all buttoned up, he's in a suit, and I corrupt him throughout the course of the music video, and he becomes essentially my slave. And it's sexy and weird and dirty, and you know, we all have our sort of vices, and that's sort of, it represents you giving into your vices.
Well, as a matter of fact, Garen Scribner, a great friend, is an awardee of Broadway and Ballet HERO Awards. He was Best Broadway Debut the year he was in American Paris, so shout out to him, amazing talent. And look for this on newnownnext.com. It's coming up Friday the 13th. So James, as you know, we're a site for newly diagnosed and people living with HIV. We have new tools like PrEP, but people are still getting other STDs that are dangerous. What is your advice for young people about safe sex practices?
I mean, I think it's really important to just, as the kids say, stay woke, know your resources, know about the specific, you know, STDs that you're susceptible to. And be proactive in the prevention and, you know, enjoy sex because sex is delightful. But at the same time, just please be safe and careful and know, you know, where you can get tested frequently. These are all things that are just 101, but we have to talk about it, and it has to be important to us in order for it to become reality.
Yes, and you know, we think that it's great that we have PrEP now, but condoms are still the best way to go in combination until you are together in a monogamous relationship. So our slogan is condoms are hot. Do you think condoms are hot?
Condoms are hot.
So James, one of my favorite things, talk about the Dairy Queens. So you're in this group of lovely ladies and ballet dancers doing something very spectacular. Tell us about it.
So the Dairy Queens are a group of drag queens, and they were born on a dairy farm in Boston. And it's myself. My name is Yoo-Hoo Betch, and I'm named after the sort of chocolate milk product called Yoo-Hoo. And then there is Milk, who is the sort of, you know, mother of the Dairy Queens, and she was on season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and is also my boyfriend of 9+ years at this point. And then we have some sort of transient members like Skimberly and Butter and Jugs, Olay. And these are just friends of ours who come in and out, and we do projects and videos and go out and just terrorize New York City. It's delightful.
So check that out, the Dairy Queens. You can find information on James's website, which is jameswhiteside.org. So James, we are so happy to be honoring you this year, but you're also honoring us with a ballet piece that you designed. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. I'm not sure I'd call it ballet, but I will tell you what it is. I wrote this song called Wallflower, and it's about how irksome wallflowers can be at times. And I made up a dance and made a music video with a soloist from American Ballet Theater named Cassandra Trineri, who's also a good friend of mine. And I made it to sort of honor my dance teachers, because when I was a kid, they taught me a lot of partner work. And when they were professionals, they did what was called at the time an adagio act, which had a lot of very spectacular lifts, spins, and all sorts of wild partner work. And so I threw a bunch in there, and it's set to the song that I wrote, and it's wild, and it's going to be a really fun performance.
All right, so if you want to see that, get your tickets right now, HIVHERO.org. It's only $25 general admission. It's going to be spectacular. 14 amazing acts featuring stars from Broadway and ballet performing together. And we're so excited to see this piece. It's going to be epic, I'm sure.
You bet.
James, it's very difficult to do this kind of career, and I know how much it takes. What is your advice for young people that want to get into ballet, especially males?
Young people need to do it. So if there's a kid out there who thinks maybe they want to even try ballet one time, do it. If you're a boy and you want to try ballet, I guarantee you if you show up at the local dance studio and say, I want to take a class, they will not turn you away. And dance is fun. I love it still. I love dance, and it brings me freedom in a way that few things can. So what's not to love? Get into the studio and do it.
So James, thank you so much for agreeing to be our ballet hero and performing at Broadway and Ballet this year. You are such a superstar. I love watching you dance. Please come see him this season. Starts right after our event in October. Go see ABT at Lincoln Center. And I'm looking so forward to seeing you perform and giving you this award.
Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. It really means a lot to me. This is James Whiteside, principal dancer with American Ballet Theater. And I want to see you at the Broadway and Ballet Hero Awards on October 16th. And don't forget, condoms are hot.